In this video tutorial, we will learn how to compile daily diaries and we will analyze all the options to customize the way diaries are shared with the families. To start the compilation of the diary, let's click on Diary in the side menu and then choose the type of information we want to enter. The compilation scheme in Kindertap has been developed for the sole purpose of making it easier and faster for educators to fill in the information. The first thing to do is to sign in kids. You can skip this step if you are using the attendance tracking module. In order to sign in kids manually, let's click on Sign in Kids and select Present Kids. The fastest way is to select all the kids and then remove the tick from the absent ones. By clicking on Sign in, we have registered the daily attendances. As we will see shortly, diaries compilation will be very easy now that kids are signed in. Let's start from the notice board. In this area, we can enter posts regarding notices or general information. We will choose Add Post if we want to communicate a general message to parents, or Add Notice if the topic is relevant. The difference is that notices are always shown at the top of the diary, while posts appear in chronological order. Let's try to enter a notice for all the present kids. We enter the notice in the text box and click on Save. The notice just entered will be shared with the families of all the selected kids. Let's now enter the mid-morning snack. Click on Add Mid-Morning Snack, choose the food item and select the present kids. Before saving, we have the possibility to add a short description to inform parents on how the food was served, for example, in small pieces. Both for snacks and for the lunch, we can change the quantity of the food item consumed by each child. Let's move on to the activity menu and click on Add Activity. Let's assume that we carried out the drawing activity with all the present kids. We can add a short description in the text box and we save. Entering the lunch is quite similar to the snack that we saw a little while ago. We can simultaneously select the different food items eaten, for example, carrots, green beans, and cheese. Also in this case, we can edit the quantity of each food item. Also, adding naps works similarly to what we have seen so far. In this case, we can modify the end time of the nap for each kid. We can add information about pee and poo by clicking on the side menu. If we choose to share information only about the poo, parents will not notice the lack of information about the pee. Also in this kind of posts, we can change the quantity for every child. Up to now, we have seen several times the icon with 3 vertical dots, which includes additional options, for example, the possibility to add specific notes for a child or to edit or delete a post. Surely, you will have noticed that the compilation is very simple, as the educator can enter the information in a few simple steps. Now, let's see how the diary appears to parents. They will not see a checklist or a sort of scheme. The posts entered by the educators will be transformed in a story told by the kids themselves. The preview is very useful, especially in the first days of practice, to understand how the information entered is displayed to parents. Let's see an important aspect of this feature. As you can see, some posts appear in gray as if they were on standby. This depends on the fact that they have not yet been shared with the parents. In fact, Kindertap adds a 15 minutes delay by default to the end time of the post before sharing it, or if later, to the time the post has been entered. This is the reason why the activity carried out between 10 and 11 in the morning will be shown to parents at 11:15 or 15 minutes after the post has been entered if later than 11 o'clock. Thanks to this delay, parents will only see the final post. For example, after entering the snack or the lunch, we will have the time to complete the information about the quantity eaten by each kid before the post is shown to parents in the diary. This delay and many other settings can be edited going back to the dashboard and clicking on Settings from the side menu. Select the General Settings and scroll down until the Diaries section. Let's see which are the most important settings. First, we can decide to share the posts with the families only if the kid is present at school. Then, as already said, we can set the delay that Kindertap adds by default to the posts before sharing them. Scrolling down, we find a standard timetable where we can set the times of the daily routine that will be automatically proposed when entering the posts. We can also modify the standard quantities of the food items and of the pee and poo. Then, we have the possibility to enable the download of the diaries in PDF so that parents can download the booklet with all the diaries of their kids. To find out what each setting allows you to do, you can hover your mouse over the question mark. Kindertap will show you a short guide that explains what that option allows you to do. Going back to the dashboard, educators can see what they have compiled so far for each class. Below the icons that represent the sections of the diary, they can read the number of the kids that are included in a post, so that they can quickly realize if they have forgotten some kids. Before closing this tutorial, let's see two advanced settings. In the Sign In Out section, we can specify the standard entry and exit times for each kid, information that will be used when signing in out that kid instead of the times specified in the general settings. To do so, click on the icon with 3 vertical dots and choose Edit Standard Sign In Out Times. Obviously, you don't have to set standard times if you are tracking the attendance with cards. The second advanced setting allows you to modify the list of the activities and of the food items that you can use compiling the diary. To modify the list of the activities and of the places, click on Activities, Edit Activities List, or Edit Places List. In the same way, to edit the food items, click on the Snacks or Lunch menu and on Edit Food List. Once you have updated these lists, filling in the diary will become quick and easy.